quarter. I mean, we have, I don't know, can't remember a great third quarter that we've played. And when you play somebody like Southeast, especially on the road, if you don't come out in the third quarter, this game could be over really quick. So we've got to have one of our better third quarters of the season to stay right here where we're at.
Start of the third quarter. Southeast the basketball, moving right to left. Lob play. They try to lob it, and it hit the rim and then bounced up and hit the basket support. So I think we need to get ready for a strange night. It just seems like it's going to be one of those nights.
Well, it's not, not a lot of energy in the building. You mentioned that during the sophomore game. It just didn't feel like a energetic crowd. And timeout, looks like timeout by Coach Alexander as Grunder found himself in some trouble. And, this trapping, flying around defense is hard to emulate and really hard for us to emulate. I remember a lot of times you can't emulate the speed, but you can put more than 5 guys. I remember back in practice there were times where we'd play a Southeast a lot of times, or Lanphier or Springfield that would do this type of defense. Coach would have 8 or 9 guys out there against us, and it just kind of shows you that they can cover some ground rather quickly. And that time Grunder found himself in a trap where he was dribbling down. His man was on him, and then another guy came. And as soon as you know it, boom, you pick up that dribble, you got another guy stuck on you. And then they start reading passes, and then they're tough to get the ball out of that trap. So Coach Al with the timeout to save the possession here early in the third.
Railers get it into Isaiah. Isaiah takes it in amongst 3 Spartans, and it rolled off. Then the rebound's knocked out of bounds by the Railers. It'll go to Southeast. So Isaiah with a real quick first step got to the basket and got the shot. It just rolled off. Yeah,
and those are the ones we've been talking about, not only this game, but I think in that normal community game and in games here as of late, we're able to get to the basket. It's just converting on those easy ones.
Southeast with the basketball. They get it inside. Williams' little floater is no good. Ball on the ground picked up by Grunder.
Well, there's another stop, so the Railers got to take advantage. 2 in a row here, and the Railers have yet to get on the scoreboard here in the third.
Minute gone by in the third. 2016 Southeast. Grunder turns at the free throw line, spins in the lane, back out to Hullinger. Starters on the floor for the Railers. That's Kirby, Cannon, Grunder, Bowers, and Hullinger. Isaiah, top of the key. He'll pull up from 16. Front of the rim, no. Grunder with a strong rebound. He's going to take it back up. Nope. Got to get out of the lane. Now he does.
Yeah, nice job by Grunder keeping the possession alive. You talk about offensive rebounding by Fairley. Grunder got one back on him this time.
Isaiah has picked up his dribble. Hands to Grunder. Hullinger. One of the things I've seen tonight, Josh, is it looks like that's really hurt the Railers and helped Springfield Southeast defense is, as Isaiah throws it away, is the Railers spacing hasn't been real good tonight.
No, and we've yet to really, if you remember, I don't think we've gotten a backdoor play yet. And normally against a pressure defense like Southeast, as Southeast gets a pull-up jumper from about 15 to go, we've yet to be able to get some sort of a backdoor to relieve some pressure.
Isaiah in the front court. Grunder turns from 16 and hits.
No, the Railers did a better job there of breaking the full court pressure. It was a skip pass from Cannon all the way across court to Hullinger. Hullinger quickly got it to Grunder at the free throw line, and Ben calmly and confidently stepped up and knocked it down.
5.5 to go in the third, 22-18. They try to lob it underneath for Fairley. Ball's tracked down, and then a foul is going to be whistled on Southeast as Isaiah was outrunning Williams to the basketball. And not only does it keep the possession for the Railers, for Williams, Josh, that's now his third.
Yeah, Williams, and they're going to keep him out on the floor right now, but nice job by Bowers of reading the pass. They tried to skip it over the top and throw a lob to Fairley.
Isaiah goes right by his defender, switches to the right hand, and it's spun off again. Williams quickly down court. Nobody gets in his way. The left hand for Williams is up and good.
Yeah, that's the difference right there. They're able to convert on the layups. That time Williams coast to coast all the way, and Bowers couldn't get his to go on one end, and they get theirs to go on this end.
24-18, back to a 6-point lead for Southeast. 5 minutes to go in the third.
I don't think Fairley can guard Bowers. If he can get him out on the top and and kind of spread the floor a little bit and let Isaiah get to the basket, but we've been able to get to the baskets, and then there's another one.
Grunder got to the basket, missed the layup, rebound to Southeast. Williams down court, kicks it out to Medley. On top to Murdix, his three, front of the rim, no, ball kicked around. Bryson tracks it down and saves it inbounds to Hullinger. Into the front court quickly is Bowers. Isaiah, now to Cannon between the circle, 4.5 to go. Bryson off a screen for three. Missed it, bounce tie. Murdix lost the rebound, but it's picked up by Walton. And then Bryson with the steal and saves it back to Cannon.
Come on, Railers, we need a basket here. A couple turnovers in the last couple possessions by Southeast.
Titus down the lane, and Titus is going to be fouled. The Southeast coaches are wanting a held ball, but the foul will go against Murdix. That'll be his second on Southeast. And Titus, it'll be at the line shooting two. Titus yet to get in the scorebook tonight. Must be a great time for that. 4:09 to go. First free throw on the way is up and good.
You know, I'd like to go back and look at the tape on some of the shorter shots that we've missed and see how many we've actually used the board on. You know, I think Isaiah got a couple there where he wasn't using the backboard, and a lot of times when you get that straight-on shot or that easy shot, you want to try and just finger roll it over the rim. Well, you got to either be tall or be able to really jump to get to be a true finger roll and be confident with that to go in. I think the Railers have got to use that square a little more.
Titus hits them both. Back to a 4-point game, 24-20. 3:50 left in the third. Williams trying to direct traffic as he backs the dribble near the timeline. Down the right side, high to Murdix. Gets a screen from Johnson. Tries to get it underneath the Fairley, and there's a lot of Railer hands to tip it away. I think it was Isaiah that tipped it away first. Another turnover by Southeast. Lincoln a chance to draw closer. Hullinger on top to Bowers. Isaiah watched by Williams. Hands off to Cannon. 3:20 to go in the third. And then a foul is going to be whistled on Williams, trying to go through the Hullinger screen. And Williams has just picked up his fourth. And that one really wasn't even close, as Hullinger set a good screen and he just barreled right through it, Josh.
Yeah, just one of those nights where you'd like it for it to start all over if you're Williams, just because he's just hardly played any minutes because of foul trouble and is going to compound it. You know, you'd be lucky to get him back until about 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter now with 4 fouls. So the Railers have got to take advantage of that.
Bryson around a couple screens, high arcing three on the way. Left it off the side of the rim. Tried to save it in bounds, and they save it off of Grunder. So it'll go out of bounds and back to Southeast. 3:09 left in the third. It is 24-20. Both teams, Southeast scored 10 in the first, 10 in the second. Railers with 8 in the first, 8 in the second. In the lane, 2 shots are going to be coming for Walton as he was fouled by the Railers. That whistle will go against Isaiah Bowers, his second, first on the Railers here in the half. And Walton at the line shoots 2. 6'4" senior with 6 points tonight. Free throw on the way, left it way short. Well, if there's one thing also that Southeast is helping us out with, right now they're 2 of 6 from the line.
Right, yeah, and we talked about it, just I think 65% or so, 64% from the foul line as they are as a team. So a thing that Southeast struggles, and a thing that Coach hopefully knows is some of these guys that do struggle from line, especially Fairley at 48% down the stretch of this game, you may need to concentrate and put him on the line.
Makes a second one, so it's 25-20, just ticking under 3 minutes to go in the third. Along with Josh Comnick, Jeff Benjamin with you here from Springfield. Isaiah's picked up his dribble, now hands back to Kirby. Kirby near side to Grunder. Grunder on the right wing to Titus. Titus looks to make a move to the basket. Strong move. Had it blocked. Rebound to Southeast. Fairley had it and lost it. And then a foul is going to be whistled on the Railers, as it looked like Drew was the one who reached in there and knocked it away, but he's called for the foul. His second, and now Drew with his third.
Yeah, another chance for the Railers to get to the basket. Titus, again, can't get the layup to go as blocked. A little contact in there, but probably not a varsity-worthy foul by any means. The Railers had plenty of opportunities there around the basket tonight.
2:25 to go. Southeast. Murdoch's on the right side to Walton, down in the corner to Medley. Medley in the corner, back to Walton. In the lane, lots of contact. Bacon went down, no call, and Walton lays it up and in. We're now at 27-20. Got to be careful here. You don't want this thing to get stretched out into double figures.
Yeah, we need a little bit of Isaiah to get back at it, get him the ball, and kind of pick up where he left off in that third.
Titus, nice pass over to Drew, who lays it up with the left hand.
Nice drive by Cannon. Dished it over to, and I think you can see a little bit more of that. It's a nice play by Cannon. He drew over Fairley to come and help on him, and Cannon did a good job of dishing it back.
Walton from 14. Now he hits.
Too easy for him. He's going to make that every time. Catches in the middle of the 1-2-2 and got right to the, as you said, about 12, 14 feet away, and straight on. Senior four-year starter is going to hit that.
Isaiah's picked up his dribble in the backcourt, and another 10 count. That's the second one tonight. Turns it back over to Southeast.
Well,
1:24 to go.
Nobody in the middle either. You know, you got two guys handling the ball. Isaiah shouldn't have picked up his dribble. He's just one-on-one against one guy, but we've got nobody in the middle to help him and Cannon out. And that time another 10-second call.
And then a foul underneath is going to be whistled. Foul's going to be on Drew Bacon. That'll be his fourth. Nolan Hullinger will be checking in. Have we had a held ball here in the third quarter? Because Southeast started with the ball in the third, and they've still got the indicator on the scoreboard saying that it's going to be theirs in the next held ball.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Minute to go here in the third, 29-22. Hullinger back in as Bacon leaves with 4. Murdoch's down in the corner to Medley. Back on top to Murdoch's. Skips it all the way across to Walton. He's going to try and drive baseline. Instead, he was sliding a little too far outside and stepped on the end line, or the sideline rather. So another turnover.
Our statistician, Andy Fitzpatrick, doesn't think has been a jump ball, so I'm going with you two.
I just don't remember one. Titus into the front court now with the dribble to Isaiah. 35 seconds to go. Cannon, far side to Grunder. Railers down 7. Need something here before the buzzer.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a big Bryson Kirby 3 to go into the fourth quarter.
3 team fouls each, but each team with a player with 4. Their leading scorer, Trayvon Williams with 4. Drew Bacon has 4 for the Railers, and Fairley will pick up his second. That's the 4th team foul. Inbound to Isaiah. Isaiah top of the key with 7 seconds. Down to 5, got to do something. Bryson coming around a screen, drives back out. Hullinger fires it out, it's blocked away. Ball loose on the ground, and that's where the third will end. End of 3, Southeast 29. Lincoln 22. Back with the fourth in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. We begin the fourth quarter of action. Lincoln with the basketball. I guess they switch it as it becomes necessary because Lincoln will start with the fourth. It's a winnable game. They're only down 7, but some good things need to start happening for the Railers here in the early stages of the fourth.
Yeah, and it's got to start, I think, too, with Bowers or Grunder getting to the hoop.
Ben in the lane, backing, kicks it back out to Hullinger. Nolan, now back out to Ben. Hullinger, Cannon, Bowers. Now to Kirby. Everybody's touched it on this first possession. Nice play, pick and roll from Kirby to Grunder, up and in.
Yeah, we'll take it. Pick and roll, a little bit more of that. What the coach has implemented that into the offense now, and it's worked here a couple of times. It worked a couple of times last week, so big basket there for the Railers, but you got to do it on this end. And after you get that stop, you got to be able to get the rebound.
29-24, Railers have cut it to 5. Underneath Fairley. Back out to Medley. Medley from the left side. His three is up and good. 32-24, and it's an 8-point lead for Southeast. Railers' biggest deficit of the night was 9 at 17-8. Titus into the front court. Takes it straight to the basket, lays it up and in. Nobody got in his way, so why stop?
Yeah, no help side there for Southeast. Good drive by Cannon, but Jeff, we can't trade baskets. We've got to get some stops on this end. Nice drive by Cannon. Keep this offense going here. We got to get the defense going.
32-26, and we certainly can't trade threes for twos. Underneath Fairley, count the basket, he's fouled. Nice pass on the baseline. Fairley took it up strong. Basket's good. Foul will be on Grunder for Ben. That's his second, fourth team foul. (34-26). Free throw on the way is up and good. Double figures for Fairley. And you just see how what kind of a dangerous weapon he can be when he's just floating around the baseline like that.
That's exactly where he should be, right around that basket, right around the baseline area, because he can flat score from there.
Hullinger corner three, spun in and out again, and then Ben's going to be whistled for swatting Johnson on the rebound. Ben's picked up his third, fifth team foul. How many shots have spun in and out on this end especially?
A lot of them, and a lot of them have been from a good shooting area, a good shooting range, so it's another tip away.
Into the front court. 9-point lead for Southeast, and then Titus is going to be whistled trying to knock it away. Titus with his second, sixth team foul. We may just see how many free throws Southeast can shoot here tonight.
Well, you might be better that way. If they're, come in only shooting 64%, they've been scoring the ball pretty well.
35-26. Johnson, far side to Murdix. And again, Southeast playing without leading scorer Trayvon Williams. Been on the bench for a long time with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, and they may sit out here and hold the ball and then just get it to Walton inside.
Walton spins in the lane, missed it. Ball loose on the floor. Who's going to track it down? Southeast comes out with it, and then they throw it into the backcourt. And are they going to say
what? You can't.
They're saying
he got a timeout.
They're saying he got a timeout, a 30-second timeout. Wow.
You have the ball.
Timeout was given to Southeast. They're saying that he called the timeout. Unbelievable. The ball was thrown from near the baseline. He was trying to save it in bounds. Trying to save it in the baseline. And as they jumped across half court, a timeout, the whistle was blown, and we thought it was going to be over and back. But instead, they offered the timeout. They offered the timeout to Southeast, so that saves the possession for them. And as we said, Josh, it's going to be a strange night here. Walton takes it in, and Bryson, I think, is going to be whistled for slap. Foul on Bryson. That's only his first, but that's the 7th team foul. It'll be 2 free throws for Southeast, 5:26 to go. And if you hear the Twilight Zone music in the background, don't be surprised. Walton. Free throw on the way. It's up, and it's good. First double-digit lead of the night, 36-26.
Yeah, that was a weird play.
Second free throw good as well. 37-26. Well, it's not an excuse. Certainly a lot of the Railer shots have not been going down, but Sure doesn't seem like any of the calls are heading our way.
That was bad, yeah. It was over and back, and they didn't have possession of the ball to get a timeout called, but
Isaiah down the lane, off the glass, spun off, no good. Fight for the rebound, it's Southeast with it. Head to Fairley. Fairley will drive in, and foul's going to be called before the shot, but it'll send Fairley to the line shooting 1 in bonus. Foul will go on Hullinger, his 3rd, 8th team foul. So Fairley at the line shooting bonus. 4:56 to go. Railers are down now by 11. Free throw on the way is up and good.
Yeah, we just cannot find a way to get the ball in the hole. We had a couple times where Cannon was able to get to the basket and get there, and that time again Bowers gets to the hoop, cannot either draw the foul or get the 2 points to go down, and you just see the difference of Southeast being able to get to the hoop and either draw a foul or get it to go. And credit Fairley, a 48% free throw shooter now, I think 5 of 6 on the night tonight, so he's done his job and has really gotten to this 13-point lead.
Made them both. It's 39-26. We talked about their free throws, Josh. So far in the second half when they've needed them, 6 of 7 from the line. Pick and roll. Drew, the catch from Cannon. Drew off the glass and good.
Yeah, a lot of time here left. Still 4:30 left in the game, but the Railers are scoring about every 5 possessions.
And then a foul is going to be whistled on Isaiah as he tried to come up and get the steal from Williams. For Isaiah, his 3rd, 9th team foul. So this will be the last bonus shot by Southeast. Next one's going to be the 10th. 39-28, Railers down 11. Free throw on the way is up, and it spins good for Williams. And I think we've got a player with blood on a uniform. That's been the stoppage of the year. Seems like we've had a few games where we've had that.
Yeah.
Especially the Rochester, when we were down in Rochester against Eisenhower.
That was more than a stoppage. That was a that was a halftime almost. Well, it was longer than halftime, I think.
So the first free throw from Williams, only his 3rd point of the night, makes it 40-28. Sure could use a miss here. Free throw on the way. Nope, got them both. 41-28. Rails looking for points in a hurry with 4.5 to go and down 13. Isaiah to Cannon. Cannon into the front court. Takes it down the lane. Strong move off the glass. Won't go, but Titus will go to the line shooting 2. Foul on Fairley, his 3rd. Titus will be at the line shooting 2. Titus made his only other free throws of the night. 4 points for the junior. Free throw on the way, rattled in and out. Somebody put Crisco on that rim.
Got to swish it.
I never had to worry about that. Second one spun off as well. 41-28 into the front court is Southeast. Williams now to Murdix, and right now Southeast looks like they're set up to, if it ain't a layup, they ain't shooting it.
Well, and 2, they brought in their best ball handler, Travion Williams, back in the game now. So at a time where you really need your point guard, your senior to handle the pressure late in the game, they've got their guy back in.
3:50 left in this one. Railers down 41-28. Murdix dumps it underneath the Fairley for the easy 2 off the glass. With all that chasing, Railers left an opening down low. Titus at the volleyball line over to Isaiah. Fires a 3, it's off the side, no good. Rebound to Southeast. Spartans still in the backcourt. Now Williams in the offensive end for Coach Thomas's Spartans. Williams, surrounded by 3 Railers, kicks back out to Murdix. Under 3 minutes. Cannon watching Williams. Now to Murdix. Skips it over to Johnson. Williams again to Fairley on the baseline, and he's fouled by Isaiah. Good hard foul by Isaiah.
Yeah, wasn't going to allow the Fairley to get it up on the backboard.
Isaiah his 4th, 10th team foul. Fairley at the line shooting 2. Quietly with 14 points tonight. First free throw's on the way, up and good. Walton back in, Medley out for the Spartans. Lead, the Railers had cut it as close as 5 to start. The 4th is now ballooned to 16. And now 17 as he makes it. 45-28. Approaching the 2.5-minute mark. Cannon into the front court. Back to Isaiah. Top of the key, drives in. Finger roll off the glass, missed it. And Isaiah is going to be whistled on the rebounding foul. And Isaiah is going to foul out of this one. Not sure. I'm going to have to get my glasses checked. I don't know if I'm watching the same game that others are. And you got great vision.
Well, well, I've got my contacts in tonight. But, yeah, it's been tightly called. I would say that.
So Isaiah fouls out with 2:28 to go, 45-28. Fairley back at the line, shooting 2. First one on the way is up and good. Makes you wonder how somebody who's shooting under 50% can step to the line and hit 7 in a row.
Exactly right. He's been excellent tonight. Just a sophomore, he's going to be, well, not a thorn in their side for very long because we won't be back here at Southeast again. And, of course, the Spartans will be coming to Roy S. Anderson. But, he's going to be a good one in this league for the next couple of years.
So Zach Morrison replacing Isaiah, who's fouled out with 8 points. Grunder, stutter steps down the lane. Now he's picked up his dribble on the baseline. Back out to Morris. To Cannon. He drives in. Contact won't go down, but Cannon will go back to the line for 2. 2:11 to go. Fouls on Fairley. That's his 4th. Only their 16th foul. Titus made 2 in the 3rd. Missed 2 here early in the 4th. See if we can get a little bit closer in this one. Down 47-28. Free throw up and good for Cannon. (47-29). On the way, in and out for Titus. 47-29, ball on the floor. And alternating possession, Cannon and, was that Walton over there? Cannon and Walton battling for it. Alternating possession gives it back to the Spartans. 2:07 left in our contest. Lincoln trails 47-29. Josh, it's been an 18-7 quarter for the Spartans.
Yeah, it's we talked about where we have games where we struggle to score. We couldn't really get anything going when we're not making the point blank ones, contested point blank ones. They were, but still, you've got to get those to go down, and we just couldn't get those to go down. We just don't really at this point have a real consistent shooter when we don't get Bryson open for many looks. That it's we're really struggling to score.
Timeout taken by the Spartans with 1:48 to go. They're taking time. We'll take it with them. Railers down 47-29. Back in a moment with Lincoln Railer basketball. Back at Scheffler Gymnasium, Railer substitutes into the contest. 6-foot junior Eddie Combs, 6'8" sophomore Jermaine Hamlin. Also in is 6-foot junior Sam Birnbaum and they join Zach Morris and Tate Sloan, who had some earlier action tonight, out on the floor for the Railers with 1:48 left in this one, and the Railers trailing by 18. Sims, and that's about how this game started for Southeast, just throwing it away.
Throwing it away. We wish they would have done it a few more times, especially in that third and fourth quarter.
Combs hands to Birnbaum, now to Sloan. Over to Morris. Back on top to Combs. Substitutes in for Southeast as well. Morris back to Birnbaum. Picks up his dribble right wing to Morris. Sloan top of the key, spins, kicks it over to Jermaine. Jermaine off the glass with the left hand is good.
Yeah, nice pass by Sloan. Sloan got in the middle of that defense, and Jermaine's man came over to help, and he was able to get it to the tall lefty.
Steal by Morris. Kicks it ahead to Sloan. Tate lost control of it. Now back out to Morris. Morris in the corner. Eddie Combs' three is blocked away. 47 seconds to go. 47-31. Spartans in control. Morris inbounds to Sloan. Tate lobs over to Birnbaum. Sam back on top to Sloan. Tate will spot up for a three. It's on the way, left it short. Rebound comes down to the Spartans. And then they throw it away again. 30 seconds to go. Railers are going to fall to 15-9, 9-4 in the conference. Zach Morris's three on the way. That's going to be no good. Southeast will improve to 14-6, 10-2 in conference play. Jumper in the lane, that's no good. Lost out of bounds on the rebound by Southeast. And we're 10 seconds away from this one going final here in Springfield. Inbound to Sloan. He'll bring it across for the final possession for the Railers. Tate hands off to Morris. Morris back to Eddie. Eddie Combs, three on the way, won't go down. And that's the way this one will end. Final score, Southeast 47, Lincoln 31. Railers fall to 15-9, 9-4 in conference play. Southeast 14-6, 10-2 in the Central State 8. Again, our final, Southeast 47, Lincoln 31. We'll be back with the Josh Comnick, Grau Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic Center postgame show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Ever heard of a team having single-digit rebounds, and that's what it was tonight for the Lincoln. Just 9 rebounds, out-rebounded 23-9 on the boards, and boy, it was just tough sledding for the Railers tonight. Southeast can do that to you with their full-court pressure, but we, again, missed a lot of the easy ones around the hoop, and when you do that against a team that made a lot of them, it's tough to come from behind.
Joined now by Coach Neil Alexander. Coach, a strange one, a tough one here tonight. Early on, both teams were having trouble with turnovers. Southeast gave the Railers enough opportunities, just missed some easy shots, and then in the end, as it went down, rebounding became a key with the stats, out-rebounding the Railers 23-9. But again, it was just from the beginning, this was a very strange game.
You got to make plays. I thought our game plan, I thought the how we attacked their pressure, I thought that was perfect. We didn't work on catching and just standing and letting a 10-second violation. We wanted to force them, take it back to them, and then you had the one-on-one that you could have cleared out, and you had a lot of room on the backside, and we just messed around and had 2 or 3 10 seconds, and then you don't make layups, you're not going to win. You got to score in the paint. We had good looks. We got to the basket, and I thought we should have shot more free throws than we did. But besides that, it's a team that we could play with, but we got to play perfect. Any good team that we're going to face it has to be perfectly played, and that means make our layups when they're there, make our open shots when they're there, make our free throws. Because a team like this, we got spread out, and once they spread you, we're in trouble. So It's a good basketball team. They're right there with everything and so forth. So it'll be interesting down the stretch here.
Yeah, Coach, as you said, definitely a team I think that we can play with. But as you said, when they go on their spurts and we compound it with the going 3 or 4 or 5 possessions without scoring, they can do it in a hurry, and it takes us a little bit longer to get those spurts going. And again, the missed layups are something that has troubled us really for the last couple of weeks. We've gotten to the basket. I think it was I forget who the game was, just a couple games ago where Grunder and Bowers were able to get to the basket quite a bit, but again, not able to finish around the rim. I'd like to still go back and watch the tape on how many times our guys are actually using the bankboard on some of them. Sometimes we're not even getting to that bankboard, even if it's a straight-on shot. We've got to working on using the glass. And as you said, when you miss those twos like we did, and they go 12 of 19 from two-point land, it's quite a difference.
Oh, no doubt. I don't know what we were from 2-point, but and then we had some good looks from the perimeter that we didn't make, and you just got to be able to do that. This team is not a team that margin of error is small, and you have to be able to make the plays, and every possession has to count. And we missed a lot of layups, and we're not going to win a lot of games doing that.
Coach, a couple games we've seen where the defenses have really been able to clamp down on Bryson and his three-point shot, and he's gotten some looks, but it's been late. Tonight the Railers got off to a really almost probably the perfect way you'd want to get started, because Bryson hits 2 early threes, and you're hoping that that'll open everything up. But then, unfortunately, tonight the threes just didn't fall either. You talked about not hitting the open shots. I think, Josh, you had it. Railers finished 4 of 17 from 3.
Yeah, and that's part of our strength over the course of, the time that we was able to shoot the threes. And, give their defense some credit, because they guard you. They get into you, and they make things happen. So we got to be able to make shots, got to be able to make layups and make plays.
Yeah, Coach, and of course, when they're rolling on a good night, 14 of 18 they were from the free throw line, and they come in averaging about 64% from the free throw line. Farley's a 48% free throw shooter, and he comes in and scores from the free throw line as well as he did. 8 of 9 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds, 18 points. Guys, some people are going to mess with for the next couple of years.
Yeah, fortunately we probably won't see him unless we see him in a regional. So, but he's a very good, solid player, and they LT Coach Lawrence. He brings them along. He's got 2 sophomores out there, and he keeps that what I think's a perfect starting lineup. A couple seniors, couple juniors, maybe an underclassman, a freshman or a sophomore, and that keeps your program solid. And they have been solid. The 23 years since we've been in the Central State 8, and probably Southeast has most consistently had the talent year in and year out.
Coach, a game like this tonight, is this one that you want to just forget as soon as you walk out the door? Or is it one of those games where there was all just those small things that if those get corrected, that this is a game that maybe turns out a different way?
Well, we spend more time. I've never spent so much time on layups in practice about trying to score a layup, and that shouldn't be. I mean, a layup's a foot shot. You should be able to put them in, but we spend a lot of our shooting time is, backdoor cut layup, put it up there, get it up. And for some reason, the layup's not one of our better shots.
Well, Coach, it doesn't get any easier. Obviously, you only have the one game this week, but next week, a home game a week from tonight against Lanphier up at Roy S. Anderson. And then a week from tomorrow night, you're on the road up at Normal West, who's got one of the top talents in the country at the sophomore level. So you've talked about playing your best as you go toward the end of the season. The Railer schedule is setting up where you're getting a chance to play some of the best teams as you head down the stretch.
No, there's no doubt we're in the toughest part of our schedule, and despite missing everything and making some silly mistakes, our kids played hard tonight. I thought they fought. I think they want to win so bad sometimes that bad things happen to them, and But we did play hard. I don't fault them for not playing hard, but we got to be able to do those things. But I mean, it doesn't get any easier next week, and then the following week we got Eisenhower, and then we still got Chatham who beat us, and Sacred Heart Griffin at Griffin, and let's see who else we got.
Southeast comes to Lincoln.
Southeast comes to Lincoln. So what, about 6 games, and they're all we got to play to even have a chance.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go after this one. Safe travels back to Lincoln, and we'll see you a week from tonight back home at Roy S. Anderson with Lanphier. Railers fall tonight 47-31. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap it up. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 and streaming live at WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Corey Leonard, AAA Window Siding and Doors, The Carpet House, Lincoln Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Lincoln IGA, Fifth Street Food Mart, Timbercrest Veterinary Service, the Lincoln Park District, Rick Ham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Memorial Sports Care at Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Lincoln College, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, St. Clara's Manor, Eaton Corporation, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Bright Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery, Headline Salon LLC, Citizens to elect Kevin Bateman for Lincoln Mayor, Family Custom Cleaners, Laundry, Tanning and U-Haul, Denise Costello Salon at 416 Holly Drive, Gary's Drywall, Finishing, Painting and Power Washing, Connect Construction, Lincoln Dare, AG Farms, and by Stuffed Pizza.